Welcome back to our channel. I'm Aisha Snow, and in today's video I wanted to do a pros and cons of DIY Microlocs. So I know I'm only 4 months along, and I know that some people feel like I'm referring to that lock lady post that when people are not locked for a long time they don't have any advice to give, but I hope you guys will watch and contribute some pros and cons that you have felt along your journey as well in the comment section down below. So the first con I want to talk about is the install. The install took me 3 days. I started on the 6th of September, and then I want to say like halfway through the 7th as far as install, because I was having some issues personally, so I couldn't finish them on the 7th, and then I finished them up on the 8th. So that was 3 days that my hands were in my hair. I was so sick and tired by the time I went to the 3rd day, but I was still trying to be precise because this is my hair. This is a journey that, again, I plan on being on for the rest of my life. So each day I still had to make sure that I was doing my best and I couldn't slack off or take any shortcuts because, again, you need to make sure that you install them correctly. So my second con is interlocking / retwists. On my last video, you could see me, do that process. And I said in that video that it took me about 3 to 4 hours to do. So that's 3 to 4 hours of my weekend just sitting in my hair. It's not really fun. I'll watch whatever show I want to binge in the moment and I'll, try to get it done, but it does still take a long time. 3 to 4 hours is actually pretty good because for the first 3 months, it took me about 6 hours in my hair trying to retwist and get the parts back to where they need to be and all that jazz. So I feel like if that process wasn't so long, I would enjoy it a little bit more, because getting time to yourself and retwisting your hair and all that kind of stuff is a very good form of self-care. But when it takes a long time, it can get very drooling. The third con is slippage and unraveling. The front of my hair and I are enemies no matter what I try to do. When it was straight natural, when it was my first journey, and now on my Microlocs journey, for some reason the front of my hair loves to unravel. And so it's finally, I finally was able to watch it last month and nothing happened. And I did mention I don't braid and band, but regardless of me braiding and banding, I feel like they would have slipped out anyways because that's just what they like to do. The front of my hair is a lot softer than the midsection, the back section of my hair. So I feel like the lack of coarse hair to kind of stick to itself makes it easier to unravel. Second point I wanted to talk about is the slippage. The nape of my neck likes to slip down to the bottom. And so I never know what to do about that because I don't want to break the bond where it is trying to lock at the bottom in order to retwist it. So last time I did just go ahead and interlock these last two by the napes of my neck on either side of my neck. And I might go across and do the whole line at some point to see if that will help with my hair slipping. So con number 4 is frizz. And I put it in the con section, but I feel like it's more so a neutral point. It's neither a con nor a pro, in my opinion. My hair is currently very frizzy, and I know it's kind of hard to tell because my Microlocs kind of just look like a loose, natural, bob fro situation. And so the frizz does not bother me too much. But again, in the front sections of my hair, which is, what you guys will see if you're looking at me directly, or what somebody out in the world would see when they're looking at me directly, is the front portion of my hair. And that's where it gets the most frizzy. So my braid always wants to tell me to define the curls, but everything I would use to define the curls is a cream-based product that I have left over that I just need to get rid of from having loose natural hair. But I don't use them. But it's just seeing the frizziness gets on my nerves. But I do know that the frizz is a part of the locking process, and it's essential for your hair to get frizzy so that it can combine and just hold on to itself better. So I want to go ahead and move on to the pros now. So pro number 1 for me in my Microlocs journey is my curl pattern. So I never really embraced my curl pattern as a loose natural girly. When I went natural to be a straight hair natural. The story of why I decided to be natural is kind of funny to me because my mom would schedule my hair appointments for me when I used to get my hair relaxed. And I guess she got tired of scheduling my hair for me and told me to do it myself. But, you know, social anxiety kicked in. I'm like, I don't want to have to do that. So I decided to go natural because then I watched a YouTube video and it was like, I can do a silk press of my own hair. And it actually worked out really well for me. And I did that for 10 years. Surprisingly, with no heat damage. Well, I won't say no heat damage, but little to no heat damage. So when I got Microlocs and, you know, I went to install them and I wet them for the first time, my hair did this, I was pretty impressed because I was like, oh, like my curls are actually really nice. And that's something I should have realized in the, again, 10-year long straight hair natural journey, that, you know, your curls are nice and you don't have to straighten your hair to feel beautiful or to feel like presentable or anything like that. So I feel like it's very important to me that I embrace this part of my natural hair journey and my Microloc journey, because when these lock up, they will have the appearance of being straight because that's just kind of what happens with locks. So I wanted to embrace, you know, the fact that my hair looks like this now because I did it for 10 years. Pro number 2 is that my hair looks full compared to my last lock journey. So with my traditional locks, I wanted thick locks really badly. I didn't have the hair density for thick locks. I came to find out because they kind of just look like medium locks that were kind of see-through. I don't like my hair being see-through. It gets on my nerves when I can look in like a mirror and see like whatever's behind me through my hair. I don't know why, but I like that with my Microlocs. That is not the issue. Number 3 is weight. When I wet my hair in the shower, these are a lot lighter than they were when I had my traditional locks at this point. So 4 months into my traditional locks, my locks had thickened up. And when I went to wash my hair, my neck would hurt because they were so heavy, which is weird because they were like the same length and everything. But the water being in there just made them feel like just so dense. And so with my Microlocs, my hair doesn't feel as heavy when it's wet, and it doesn't feel as heavy just like every day. So 4 is going to have to be maintenance and price. I know that one of my cons were the interlocking and retwisting taking a long time, but I'd rather it take a long time and me be in my house than it take a long time and I'm sitting in someone's like salon chair. And I feel like the price, I never really cared for somebody else to do my Microloc install, but I did see price ranges on like Instagram and stuff like that, and people charge a lot of money for some Microlocs. I've literally seen upwards of like $2,500 for a Microlocs install. I think that's like the highest I've seen, but I think the lowest I've seen from a Microlocs install is like $1,000. And from $1,000 to $2,500, that is the start of a very great vacation that I'd rather go on than spend that much money for someone to do my hair. And I also like that since I DIY'd my hair wasn't a transaction. It was a personal journey where, you know, my hands were the ones that created this. So I do also appreciate though that locticians and people who go to locticians have that moment where they can have someone do something for them, because self-care does not always mean doing things for yourself. Sometimes self-care means getting things done for you, like getting a manicure or a pedicure, all those things. So I like that other people have options, but I love that my journey is unique to me, that my parting is unique to my head, and that in the end, all this would have been done by me. I love when I'm out and somebody compliments my hair and they're like, oh, where'd you get it done around here? I can't ever find anyone to get it done around here. And I'm like, oh, I did it myself. So it just makes me feel good. I don't know. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys in next week's video. Go ahead and comment some pros and cons that you guys feel for your Microloc journey, or just locks in general if you have them. Or comment down below also why you have not gotten them yet. What is holding you up about the process? So again, see you next week. All right, bye.